Welcome back to the Art of Basil. My name is indeed Basil, and we have a great show for you. Thank you guys for being patient and waiting for this video to come out. This is a special one for me. I am going to be interviewing Sinead Imbaro, and you've probably seen some of the videos that came out with her and her dog Magnus. But stay tuned for the end of the video because we have a little nugget. I'm not gonna spoil the surprise, but I'm just gonna let you wait and see the end of that video. All right, so without further ado, here we go.
My name is Sinead Imbaro. I'm a K9 search specialist for Florida Task Force 6. I'm also a police K9 and military fitness trainer, as well as a police K9 trainer for Georgia K9. I'm a K9 medic instructor as well. This is my partner, Meg, here. This is K9 Magnus Ares, who also is a K9 search dog for Florida Task Force 6. I grew up in Canada, mostly in the country, and then moved to the city. I had one dog. His name was Bruno, and he was my best friend till the day he passed. We did everything together. I did more with him than I did with humans, and he took care of me. So I've always had an attraction to animals, whether it be, it could be reptiles too. I would turn rocks over looking for snakes, frogs, lizards, what have you not. But my true love is for, obviously, dogs, squirrels, monkeys, any type of exotics. You just have a connection with them. And that's basically how I started my career with animals. Trying to say this without sounding like it's mean. I've always loved animals, and my parents have always seen that, but it did not seem to be fitting for a career, let's put it that way. So once Bruno had passed, I was left without an animal for a while, and laws of attraction, I guess. There would always be an animal for me to be interested in, as a squirrel. I taught a squirrel to take food out of my hand, to the point where it would come up every morning on my deck and I would feed it breakfast every morning. And then when I got a job, the squirrel realized that I wasn't there anymore. Meg, here, oh buddy. And decided to get a little rough with my back door, so I had to retrain the squirrel to not eat off of my deck and take her or him back into the forest where it belonged. I moved to Key West, and I think that's where my career really started in dog training. I had gotten a puppy, a German Shepherd puppy, and I didn't really understand the behavioral part of animals because I was always part of their pack for the most part, but I wasn't always their pack leader, let's put it that way. So I noticed that this dog we'd go for a walk and he would hold my leash, and I thought it was the cutest thing in the world. People would approach me and he would start growling, and I thought this dog was being protective of me naturally. Little things like that being a pet owner you think is great. This dog is naturally in sync with me, but in reality, this dog was creating these behaviors that were not wanted. So I seeked out a trainer and asked for help, because it got to the point where no one could come around me with this dog, and that just wasn't something that I could deal with. and I started learning about behaviors of animals. And this guy was a trainer for the Key West Police Department and belonged to ATF. And he took me under his wing and taught me all about dog training and more side on the police side than on the pet side. So I started training with him and the police department down there. And that's really how I started my career in dog training. It's a good question. It's funny, I think well, let's see. I used to teach aerobics in Canada. And when I moved over to the States, to Key West, my first job was at a gym, and I was skinnier than this leash. I had no shape to me at all, and I wanted to have shape. I wanted to learn how to have a nice, nice shoulders and a nice butt, just regular things that, instead of looking like a stick. So the owner of the gym, he was a natural bodybuilder, and he took me under his wing and mentored me and showed me the ropes on personal training. And from there, I had a vast number of different clients that I've trained, men and women. And that actually tied into dog training, where the handlers, the canine handlers that I would teach, specifically for tracking, trailing, or even urban search and rescue, they had to be fit. You just can't do any type of training that we do when you're not in shape. And I'm not talking about having a six-pack or muscles. It's just cardiovascular and being aware of your surroundings. You have to be focused, not just on your dog, but your surroundings as well. The only way to do that is if you're fit. So I started incorporating that into my training with the handlers, and it just became a canine fitness handler thing. Just kind of fell into it. Bragging on Magnus. One of the biggest challenges Magnus and I have encountered would have been Surfside in Miami Beach, where he had to search for live victims for 7 days straight. He's an amazing dog because not only is he can air scent, but he's scent specific, which means he's a trailing dog as well, a tracking trailing dog. So he can find just one person out of a crowd, one particular person out of a crowd, or he can find many people in an area that have been lost. Along with that, he is a detection dog for narcotics, a very good, methodical dog at that. We make a lot of people unhappy finding their narcotics, but we try to keep the community safe on the other hand of it. Because he's so well-natured, he's become very popular with everyone. We've been featured on America's Top Dog. We've been featured in several magazines, Unidad K9 being one of them, Working Dog Magazine being another. He's also a K9 medic demo dog. We teach K9 medic to all of the K9 handlers that come to our course to learn about how to assess and treat your dog if your dog goes down in either training or out in real deployments. If your dog gets shot, if your dog gets stabbed, especially in this type of heat, overheating, dehydration, broken bones, punctures to the stomach or to the chest, how to treat those injuries so we can quickly get that dog to a veterinarian and have him taken care of. With Magnus or just me in general? Just me in general? For right now, I'm going to continue traveling the country teaching detection to anyone and everyone, including police departments, military, civilians as well. I teach trailing workshops with Georgia K9 to search and rescue people, again, police and military, and I want to continue that trend. I want to build a community where anyone can come and learn about anything dealing with odor, which is my specialty. There's too many splits in the canine world, and I'm trying to unite everyone together because we have so much knowledge that we can share to everyone, and there's no reason why we can't do that. So that's my goal, is to widen and broaden everyone's tool belt, I should say, for their knowledge on odor. I don't think they realized how, they never actually realized how important an animal it was to me until probably, I don't know, a few years ago with Magnus. They knew I had, thanks buddy. They knew I had a connection with animals. They want a good education for me and a good job for me, and by all means, I get it, but my passion has always been with animals. It's the only thing that makes me happy, you know? If I can do anything with him, I can do anything. He did. Last year, we competed at the Olympics. We compete every year at the K9 Olympics in Indiana, the Von Lick Kennels. And last year I noticed after we had completed everything and we got some awards that he wasn't able to lift his neck up. So, and it wasn't just at the Olympics this happened. Looking back, there were signs that I thought were something else. So it wasn't like I wasn't aware of what was going on. I just thought we were treating it and we were not treating the right thing. But he ended up having a herniated disc in his neck, C6, C7. We ended up doing surgery in October, a ventral slot. So they went through here and cleaned up the herniated area. And for 3 months, it was touch and go. Rehabbing him, making sure that, you know, he was able to function as far as just using the bathroom and helping him walk. Within 3 months, he was cleared to go back to work, which even my neurologist says is just unheard of. But it's all because of the conditioning we've done, you know, throughout the years. So again, fitness, it all boils down to not just me being fit, but we have to have our dog to be fit too when it's working, because it saves them in the long run, right? It keeps them healthy. So because of that, we were able to get back to working narcotics at the port. And I waited till April to put him back on the disaster pile. And I wasn't sure if he was going to remember how to do it because we took so much time off, but he was just like riding a bike. He just got on that pile and knew exactly what to do. And that was it. We've been back to work and training ever since. Magnus is 9 years old now. His father lived to be 17, so he's not slowing down, but in order to have a dog do even half of what he does, it takes years. It takes minimum 2 to 3 years. So I need to start now. And I've been looking for months for the right puppy. And I managed to find a breeder with his bloodlines in Belgium that has, just by luck of the draw, has a litter on the ground. So within a couple days, I will be having hopefully a mini Magnus. And I say a mini Magnus, he's got a lot of paws to fill here. So like I said, even if he can be half of that, I'll be happy. And no doubt in my mind, I think this puppy's gonna be great. And I look forward to this journey and teaching this puppy everything that this guy knows, right? And hoping for all the best.
No. Let's scare her. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Go get her. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah, boy. Long day. My goodness. Long day.
Thank you, Sinead, for sharing your story with us. If you've come this far, why not like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can see more video content like this one. It'll be a great help to support this channel. So, until the next time, see ya!